everybody, it's your girl Melanie, and as you may remember, I do not have the best luck with robot vacuums. Bissell reached out to me and asked me to test out their brand new Spinwave R5 robot mop and vacuum, complimentary in exchange for my review. And I'm going to show you what you get, how it works, and we're going to spill all the tea. Let's unbox the Bissell Spinwave R5 robotic vacuum mop combo. This is your actual robot vacuum and mop. Also included is this dry debris container. And along with this container is a little tool. It has a little razor on one side to clean out your brush and also a little brush on the other side. And there's also a little filter in here that you can remove. Your filter just comes out like that. To open this container, you just push this little button right here, and this is where you dump out your debris. You also get this little edge cleaning brush, which unfortunately mine is really bent, and I'm actually kind of sad about this. And then also included is your mop attachment, as well as 2 sets of mopping pads. There is a little bit of Velcro on the bottom that these pads just stick to. And there's also a little filter right here. And comes out like that. And then this is where you fill your water and your mopping solution that they included with this kit. Next, we're gonna open up this little box right here. And this is where your plug goes. And you're gonna take that and plug that in there. And you can put your excess cord out of the side. And then plug this into a wall socket. Next, you can just attach the base of these little slots right here. And it just snaps into place like that. Turn the machine on and place it on the base with these 2 contacts, woo, touching the base. And it plays a little song. Now we just let this charge for 6 hours. Now we're going to talk about the app. You want to pair your Bissell to your Wi-Fi. And then once you see it's connected, it's all set. To map your house, you click on this little button right here, and they recommend that you set it on low. Make sure you move everything off the floor, like my husband's stinky shoes. Now let's start cleaning. And then you can see on the map where it's going. Always map your home in vacuum mode. It could take up to 3 separate mapping sessions for it to really get a good read on the layout of your house. In fact, in the beginning when I was first using this, it showed the dock was somewhere like in my bedroom closet. And I was really struggling with that. I was trying to figure out what room was what because I didn't recognize this map. For example, I have no idea what this little island is right here because I think that's on my patio. You can also edit your map. For example, here it shows you where the item is docked. And then these are all areas that I have designated as no-go zones. And the reason I've designated those zones is because that's where the robot seems to get stuck the most. It's really hard to configure the size of the no-go zones. As you can see, I can't even get any smaller than that. So that's something that you might need to deal with. You can also add a schedule and you can tell it which mode to use and what day and time you want to set it for. It can also show you your history, and if you go to the maintenance screen, it'll show you what the condition of your bristles are, how much formula you need, etc., etc. If you want to locate the robot, you just press this little button right here, and it makes a little sound to let you know where it is. And then if you want to tell your mop to go home, you just push that little home button and it'll send it on its way. And now let's take the vacuum for a spin. Let's set it up for spot clean mode. Go, Bissell, go! Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like Bissell got everything. Maybe I should try it on max mode next time. It says it took about 5 minutes and it covered 154 feet. You could see that it went over each spot within that little square dimension. Let's say you want to just do one room of your house. You can add a one-time zone. Push this little button down here, and then you'll see it pops up at a one-time zone. I'm going to have it do my whole living room. The Bissell transitions easily from wood to carpet, but man, she is so slow. And I've made a keep out zone around my chair because the Bissell always gets stuck under it. The Bissell vacuum and mop does a really thorough job of getting all the areas of your home. It does edge-to-edge cleaning and then works in a consistent back and forth pattern. It even goes over some spots it may have missed. Sometimes during one-time cleaning jobs, the Bissell gets a little overzealous and has a mind of its own. And in that short amount of time, it really drained the battery quite a bit. And it does not last for a very long time, particularly when you're mapping your house or when you're just trying to vacuum a large size room. When the battery is drained, it takes itself home where it's going to sit on the charger for a couple of hours. And then when it gets more juice, it's going to start up again without any warning, which always scares the hell out of me. Fun! And then to dump out the bin, you push the little green button right here, and it pops out like that. And it flips open, and then just slip it back into place.
A dirt bin is inserted.
To clean the brush roll, you can simply lift up this little thing right here, and then the brush roll just comes out like that. Ugh. And you can take your little razor and cut out all that hair. And it's probably best if you do this over the trash. And then you can just put your brush roll back, make sure everything is aligned properly, and it just snaps back into place like that. Now, I find that it's really important to turn it off when you're swapping between the mopping and the vacuum heads. That will, in essence, kind of reset it and let it know what chore you want it to do next. Now let's fill our water tank. Unscrew this little cap, and then we're gonna fill the tank all the way up to this little fill line right here. Try your best to hold the tank level while you do this. Next, we're gonna take our solution that they give us, and we're gonna pour the solution until it reaches the formula line right here, which is roughly about half of this bottle. And then just put your cap back on. Oops. Then simply attach your microfiber pads to the bottom of the mop. Probably should have done this before I filled the tank. Now let's start cleaning. First, it goes around all the edges, and it knows when there's carpet, it needs to watch out. But rugs, on the other hand, are another story. It has trouble navigating them and often gets itself stuck. And unfortunately, that's not all it gets stuck on.
The mop pads are attached incorrectly.
To get it going again, remove it from wherever it's jammed and just go ahead and press your play button. For some reason, it thinks my blinds are an obstacle, even though it could easily fit under them. And the nice thing is that it actually vacuums at the same time as it mops. And now it's making a double sweep and picking up all the spots that it missed the first time. We like this. Thanks, Bissell. All right, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of the Bissell Spinwave R5. First, let's talk about the pros. It does a really nice job of cleaning. I really like that it has 3 different power modes. You can go from minimum all the way to maximum, regardless if you're doing wet or dry vacuuming. And I have really thick high pile carpet, so it does a really good job of getting out all the dirt and grime that's stuck in the fibers. It's not only a vacuum, but it's also a mop. And what's cool about that is that even when you're just mopping, it sucks up the dirt at the same time. It has reusable microfiber mop heads, so there's no waste in disposable pads. Ugh, look how dirty they are. You just simply throw these in the washing machine when you're done with them, and you can reuse them over and over again. I also love how on the app it shows you exactly where the machine went, and it's kind of cool that you can press a little button and it will locate it for you if it gets stuck. But now I want to talk to you a little bit about the cons. This machine tends to get stuck a lot. It gets stuck under my chair, it gets stuck on cords, and as you can see, it got stuck under my buffet. It also didn't do a great job of recognizing my little rug that I keep in my kitchen. And because of the height of the sensor, it looks at things that are hanging down as obstacles. For example, it will not go under my blinds, and it won't go under some of my long dresses that I have in my closet, even though I really want it to clean there. I miss the option of having a remote. I like to be able to tell it where I want it to go. The mapping definitely needs work. In fact, you will have to use the machine several times in order for you to make any sense of the map. The app is really, really basic and a little bit clunky. I had a really hard time figuring out how to use it. Plus, the app is really slow and it's not compatible with Google or Alexa. And I still haven't figured out how to use virtual walls. It doesn't clean for that long on one charge before it has to go home and recharge. And then all of a sudden, hours later, it's gonna start up again, and you're like, what the heck? Why is my robot starting up again? I thought it was done. It's especially annoying when you've already put everything back in its place, and then, oops, here comes Bissell. This machine is a little bit on the pricey side. It's kind of on par with some of the newer Roombas, and even though the Roombas don't have mopping and vacuuming abilities, they are a lot smarter than this Bissell Spinwave machine. Overall, I think it's a really cool idea. I think with a couple of tweaks, they can make this machine even better. Do you own a robot mop or robot vacuum? Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of it. And as always, thank you so much for watching.